Just did 3 by 10 minutes, 5 minutes rest. 4 minutes 20, 3 minutes 22, 2 minutes 24, 1 minute 26. Went okay. I think the last time I did this was all the way back in like fall of 2019. So it's been a while. But then that one we did a 7-minute piece afterwards. So this time I did not, because the 7-minute is really annoying. But that one's, the 7 minutes normally open. But yeah, this went pretty well. Let's look. Went a bit over a split faster than the last time I did 3 by 10 minutes. That time I had 7 minutes rest though when we did in 2019. And I averaged 45.9 on it. So pretty happy with this overall. Felt pretty good. It got tougher, but overall still felt relatively controlled. Things went well after the morning erg 2. Had a good afternoon erg and then bike erg. And then the next day wasn't feeling pretty good. Didn't have much time. And erg somewhere else where it was pretty sweaty, or it wasn't that cool, and didn't have the fans, so just did the 2 by 30. Went on, did PR'd on my hour bike erg. That's the same workout I've been doing where, I do it's like a 5-minute warm up and then all these different like sprint sections or harder sections followed by like just holding on afterwards. I was pretty happy with this because I dropped another like 1.6 splits off of what I'd previously done. I think it was another 10 watts, a bit over 10 watts more. So I was very pleased with that. It only happened in 2 weeks. We'll see if the progress keeps going or not. But overall pretty happy with that. And then tried going on the water in the afternoon, but got pretty bad. Started raining, had to come back in, and then had some runs and bike ergs, and was pretty tired Friday morning. Did 1 hour of UT2 this afternoon. Legs weren't feeling really good going in, but ended up going pretty well. Was pretty happy with the splits. Average heart rate ended up being like 145. So yeah, glad to start seeing these splits for an hour continuous at those heart rates, especially considering how good my legs felt when sometimes like my legs don't feel good to put out this power. And glad to see that despite being a bit tired going in, that I'm still able to do it. Saturday, just went on a run in the morning, did some RP3ing, which went okay, and then I lifted again, and lifting is getting a little bit better, at least for squat. Had a good erg piece to start the second week of August off. 6 by 330 on, 130 off. We call it 6K improvement is like the name of the workout, but normally it's open rate, but when I've been doing it on my own for the most part, I've only done, I guess, like once or twice on my own, but I like rate capping it at 20 just to see like, okay, how fast can I go with the rate cap, and then I should be able to definitely go faster when it's open. So rate capped at 20 and then went 143.2, pretty happy with that. Saying this is normally supposed to be like 6K minus like 2 to 3-ish, and but that's when it's open. So yeah, last time I did this was back in May of 2020, and so I beat it by like over a split, which is pretty happy about that drop. But would have obviously been nice to be more, but with rate caps, it's even harder to, gain more because it's, you can't increase the rate. But yeah, really happy with starting the week off that way. Went on the water in the afternoon. It was pretty hot out, but heart rate was high even because it was pretty hot out, so I came back in a bit early. Went on a 5.35 mile run, 41 minutes, 740 pace, average heart rate I think was like 151. Yeah, went pretty bad. Was planning on doing 8 miles, and then like 3 miles in just got really rough. Legs started to get tired. Heart rate was high because how hot it is outside. Um, I don't know why my running is so slow. I'm hoping like once I get back up north that it'll be better. But we'll see because I'm a little worried. um, yeah, because it normally isn't this slow. Or at least, it's heart rate being slow, not muscular fatigue. So we'll see in the future. Went out on the water again, super hot. The rain, or not rain, there wasn't any clouds, and so that kind of killed me going into it. And then, so I felt super drained halfway into it. Then, once I came back in, I took a cold shower. It made me feel a lot better. So then I did like the 40K Bike Erg, which went pretty well overall. Went like 154.8, I think, on it. Had a good 2x30 minute this morning. Felt pretty good. Average heart rate is 147. So a bit high, but not too bad. After the erg, I did, an hour and 30 on the bike erg. Pretty solid. Would have liked it to be a bit faster, but average heart was 132. Thursday morning was feeling pretty good on my run. Started off keeping it super light, keeping like 750s. Heart rate was pretty low. So I got the great idea, I was like, oh, I could, do this for 15 miles or 2 hours. And then the heat got to me overall during the whole thing because I didn't really have much water. Didn't have like any water till like about 10 miles in. There's like a water fountain outside someone's house, and I had like a sip of water, and then started cramping around mile 14. And so then I like drank some water from a hose from somewhere, which got me to the end. But you can see, not easy. But it felt good in the legs, just like not easy on the body overall or my heart because it was pretty hot out. Had some weird GPS data, but the distances seemed to be accurate. But you can see my heart rate just going up throughout the whole thing because it's getting hotter out, and my body wasn't able to cool itself off anymore, or was having a hard time cooling itself off. So okay overall with the pacing. This is the longest run I've ever done. The longest I've ever done before was like three different half times I've done half marathons. Only one of which was raced. The other two were like on my own. But this is first time going over the half marathon distance in a single run. So overall pleased with it, especially considering the Battle of the Florida heat and humidity, and kind of felt like I could tackle anything after that. Afterwards, I just did a hour on the erg about 2 or 3 hours later, keeping it light, like 133 heart rate. Pleased with the afternoon's erg overall. Yeah, pretty well. Second piece, put a bit more muscular effort into it to see how easy it would be. Legs got a bit more tired than I would have liked, but yeah, average heart rate was good at 144, so overall definitely pleased. Had a good bike erg after the erg. Average heart rate was 125. Felt overall kind of light. I mean, legs still don't like the berg that much, with even going light still. Doesn't feel as light as it would on the erg for the same splits, but heart rate is at least low. Finished off the week with a nice light morning erg, morning run. Tried to take it up a bit the last mile, but I ended up going like 6:18. Was hoping for more like 5K pace, which would have been like 5:48 per mile. But and then kept a super light erg in the afternoon, went like 159.8 I think ish. Keeping average heart rate was 122. Super happy with how light it felt, and then I went and lifted afterwards. Pretty happy with the way that week ended. If you look at going back to the relative effort for the week, it's pretty happy. First time I ever
went over 1,000 for relative effort for the weekend. I kept it purple, which means it was within the recommended amount. The previous week was like 936. And could have reached 1,000 maybe if I had done like some extra hard workout or like another workout that was hard, but would have been red. And it was cool to get to over 1,000 while keeping it in the purple.